Hi everyone. So for our next topic, we're going to be talking about, discussing about Atletico Madrid. Does Atletico Madrid's recent purchase of Luis Suarez make them favourites and contenders for the La Liga as well for Real Madrid and Barcelona? So Nick, what do you think about that signing?
Well, let's talk about his debut, and his debut was fantastic, and definitely talks the volume of it. I do think that the addition of Luis Suarez makes them a much more offensively dynamic team. If you watch the game that he had when he came on, he got it was a dominant performance, 6-1 by Atletico. But when he came on, he scored twice and he assisted. And this is when he came on in the 70th minute.
Yeah, he came on as a sub as well. 30 minutes left to play.
Exactly. I think the good thing about Suarez is he's consistent stylistically with what they want to do. You don't get a drop off if you bring him on as a sub. You don't get a drop off if you start him. You can start him next to Costa. You can play him off the bench, all the stuff. He's an amazing player, and I just don't see that game proved it. I don't in subsequent games the level might not be that high, but if you're asking me, they have a weapon now that makes them a much more fun team to watch.
Yeah, that's very, very fun to see. Atletico Madrid is already an offensive tactically team. It's a very tactic.
They're
defensively tactic, and they do have Diego Costa up front with their potential, which is Joao Felix. So in addition to that, they have Luis Suarez. So Luis Suarez and Diego Costa.
It's like adding a nuclear weapon to your arsenal of weapons. They've got he's that impact guy, like impact, grit, determination. Yeah. I think Diego Costa said as well when he came in, like, you got a guy who's gonna fight here, and
you're gonna get a guy that is gonna bite people.
I feel like you put Luis Suarez, Diego Simeone, and Costa in the same game. That's like a recipe for something, man. And I think the immediate question you need to ask yourself when looking at this is Costa and Suarez possibly the most tenacious pairing right now that you've ever seen in La Liga?
Currently, right now, okay, let's look at the formation that they played before this. Suarez obviously didn't start. It is a 4-4-2 with with Joao Felix partnering up with Diego Costa. In a 4-4-2 with Diego Costa and Suarez, there is no doubt in my mind that is going to be the glory is a 4-4-2 twin striker system. And also Suarez can support as well. He can do start wide, and he supports for a guy, pass it in for a guy like Diego Costa, which is a powerhouse. And to me, honestly, if you ask me, I see this partnership being the most dynamic and impactful partnership in the La Liga right now. But in addition to that, I think if Joao Felix plays in the middle, supporting those two, I think that may be the best.
4-3-1-2?
Yeah, 4-3-1-2 or 4-3-3, something like that. But I think you have to experiment with Joao Felix. I'm not saying that is going to be the best right now, but if you experiment with Suarez, Costa, and Joao Felix, I think we're going to have something very special.
I think so, but I agree with you. But I think what's going to happen as well, and Simeone likes to do this. He likes to play banks before at the back and against different types of teams. And I think what's going to happen is they're going to depend on Costa and Suarez to basically terrorize defenders, hold the ball up and bring it up. Maybe Costa more of the traditional style, Suarez more of the flexible style of doing things. And from there, they can spread the ball. I think in terms of tenacity, you're going to get a very aggressive front line. Mm-hmm. A lot of foul winning. Fouls.
Literally.
They're going to win lots of fouls. And the set pieces are going to be insane.
Yes.
I think tactically as well, if you position these two and how defenders just generally gravitate towards them. Can you imagine the foul count in the game?
Yeah, that's going to be very high. I'm just more worried about the card count.
Exactly.
Yeah, the card count.
They're going to get defenders in trouble.
Yeah.
Because defenders are going to have a problem, because you can't back off one or the other, and if you do commit, you need to commit to them fully. And when you commit to them fully, that's gonna basically push your defense and make it really interesting, because then you're playing Carrasco, Correa, and all these other guys. They're gonna benefit from that, I think. And for example, like you said, I think Joao Felix could also benefit from that. So I definitely think they're one of the most tenacious offensive pairings now that I see.
Yeah, right now.
And I think the guy, of course, instrumental in making all this work is Diego Simeone. I think Diego Simeone has done a fantastic job. I think, honestly, probably one of the best tactical minds in the game right now. His loyalty to Atletico Madrid is amazing. He's basically
been there almost the whole decade.
I'm just wondering, like, how Diego Simeone is going to handle the expectations of the season. Because if you ask me right now, they're looking like the dark horse favorites for the title.
I mean, it looks like them in the 2013-2014 season when they signed David Silva. If you remember that thing where they went on to win the La Liga.
David Silva?
Yeah. I'm sorry, David Villa.
David Villa.
Yeah, David Villa.
Right.
From Barcelona as well. So, yeah, I mean, people would say that Suarez is already 33 and is past his prime, but the same can be said about David Villa when he came in 2013-2014. And in addition to that, there's Diego Costa, who is also in that team in the 2013-14 season.
I think the other thing about Diego Simeone, he's a great manager, but the problem is what he's going to face is the fixture list and then the potential injury problems. If you're talking about also, given Suarez and Costa's age, you're expecting a lot of production from two guys who are pretty much on the wrong side of 30. It's also very dependent on developing his young core and keeping his defensive unit together.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be hard. Because Jan Oblak and Gimenez, these two guys are very pivotal players, and their defense is quite important to how they play. And their midfield is so important to how they play.
Yes.
He's going to have an interesting season, Diego Simeone. I like Diego Simeone. I think he's a great manager, actually. One of the most passionate and also one of the most annoying managers to play against.
Yes.
Because fucking frustrating to play against.
Really defensively, yeah.
Like the way
very counter-attack.
The way he handled the Liverpool game was pretty much the way that Partey and all those guys in the midfield handled that Liverpool game. I thought Diego Simeone did a good job in holding Liverpool's expectations, winning the first leg, then going to the second leg at Anfield. Anfield has proven to be a place that's like a graveyard for a lot of teams. So, like, when I say graveyard, I mean teams come there to die, usually. But Atletico didn't. They stuck to their guns. They took it to extra time and they won it. They exposed the high line. I think he's going to do this against a lot of teams this season. If he doesn't have a very injury-laden season, I think they'll be pretty decent. Also, the other thing I would worry about Diego Simeone is whether his tactics can be found out, which so far...
Yeah, he's kind of almost one-dimensional, two-dimensional kind of guy. So...
They're proven by the fact that they didn't go far in the Champions League.
Yeah.
There was kind of like when they... But maybe the Suarez transfer will help that.
Yeah, that's true. So about the Suarez transfer, so does this actually affect the growth for one of their potential strikers right now, which is Joao Felix?
Have you watched Joao Felix play?
Yeah, quite. I followed him quite a lot.
You know, the thing about Joao Felix is interesting, and I often am reminded sometimes of. I don't mean they're the same player, and I don't think their careers are going to be the same. But I'm kind of reminded of the time Messi came into Barcelona, in a way.
In a way.
Yeah. Both were very young players, and both were like finding their feet. And really, we didn't really hear a lot about Messi until year 2 or 3 of his career with Barcelona.
I think 2008, 2009, where he won the treble, is where he really shined.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just think I think Joao Felix is gonna be a guy who's going to be up there. Like, it's coming. I don't know when. I don't know if it's gonna be this season or next season or whatever.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
But there's so much that I'm seeing from him that sort of tells me that I think it sort of tells me two things. It tells me that, one, he can only benefit from having good players around him, like Messi. right? So if you have a guy like Suarez in there, Joao Felix can benefit from having someone like Suarez there, the same way Messi benefited from Ronaldinho being in the team, or anyone in the Barcelona team, right?
Mhm.
They had Iniesta, Xavi, and all.
Xavi, Iniesta,
So-
Henry, Thierry Henry.
Yeah. So Messi benefited from this. I think Joao Felix can benefit from it too. And not to mention, Joao Felix is also in the national team under Cristiano Ronaldo. So
Yeah.
the guy's absorbing a lot of info. I don't think Suarez affects his growth, but I can see why people would think that.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I think currently right now, I think he has to play a deeper role or a support role as of now.
Yeah.
I mean, in the future, of course, he's going to transition to a dominant striker. lah. That's why, as I said just now, yeah, it is a 4-3-3. But 4-3-3 with him being support behind Suarez and Diego Costa. But the only thing bad about that is it's going to make one of the midfielders is going to make way for that, lah, obviously.
This is the problem that I think that I have with it. I think the main issue Joao Felix is going to have is where does he fit in this team?
Yeah.
I do think he's going to start. It's just what is his best positional fit in the best possible 11 of Atletico Madrid?
Yeah.
You know, like how do you make him coexist with Suarez, Costa, and then their midfield? Because their midfield is so important to how Atletico play.
Yeah.
Saul Niguez, Koke,
Vieira,
Carrasco, Partey,
Correa.
Unless Partey goes, in which case
He might go. He might not.
But like, for example, Saul is a guy who is a super talented midfielder and definitely one of the best players. So I am curious to see how they make that dynamic work. That's the only thing I think like hinders kind of Joao Felix's potential of it. But I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to be one of the best players in the world soon.
Yeah.
I just don't, not soon, but he will be one of the best players in the world.
I think he's gonna be he's gonna be an evolution kind of player. He's not gonna be like right now. He's not gonna be that player until the end of his career. He's gonna have to change and adapt to a lot of tactics, and so I do see him as a poacher one day, but not right now.
I mean, of course, the good thing about Atletico Madrid is the fact that they have a lot of good, talented players. Joao Felix being one, but what about the support system behind all that? Which I think is the most important thing. This is where the 4 captains of Atletico Madrid come in. And that's Koke, Gimenez, Jan Oblak, and Saul Niguez, I think.
Saul should be there.
I think Saul, is one of those guys. Definitely Gimenez, Oblak, Koke. Those guys are long-time servants of the club.
Yeah, and Diego Costa is there as an enforcer.
Exactly. So this team, the spine of this team are these 4 guys. They make up the strength of the team to push the team forward. And I think people can talk about the attacking options they got and all, but at the end of the day, these are who Simeone's soldiers are. The frontline guys. So definitely for me, Gimenez and Koke are 2 interesting players. Defensively fit the Simeone mold. And then you've got Oblak, who is the best keeper in the world.
Yeah, currently right now one of the best.
He's
top 3.
Top
2. Yeah.
He's one of the best in the world, I would say. So that he's got a lot. He's got all these defensive options, and then the other guy that stands out for me, who is going to probably be a long-term conversation, is Thomas Partey, who last season defensive midfield masterclass.
Yeah.
A player box to box, he plays that role too. He does a lot of things for this Atletico team, and
he stepped up to the role as compared to what Thomas Lemar was supposed to be.
Thomas
Lemar is still in the team. Let's not forget about that.
But Thomas Lemar is a winger, and again, Partey is a midfielder, a defensive midfielder at that. And I just think he's one of those guys. These guys, like the core that they've got, so strong with all these guys. I think Atletico are with that now with the Suarez signing. I think they are going to challenge this season.
Yeah. I mean, Champions League. How about the Champions League for you? For them, are they going to have a run in Europe?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the complicated one because it depends what group they get. So I think I was like, do I want Atletico Madrid in the group stages of Liverpool?
Atletico Madrid is a
if
team
we're gonna
that,
face them, right?
Yeah.
I'd rather it be in the group stage.
yes.
I don't want to do a knockout competition with these guys.
Atletico Madrid is essentially the team that most English team would not want to meet.
Exactly.
Not just Liverpool.
They're
I
the
think
boogeyman
everyone.
team right now.
Yeah.
You ask me, like
Yeah.
you don't want to face these guys unless you're confident. I think the only team that has like absolute confidence about it is probably Real Madrid because
Oh yeah, they had this history of being
they have this history of
on the
beating
finals.
Atletico and Diego Simeone.
in the finals as well.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be interesting to see how they progress forward. I think Atletico are the favorites in La Liga. I think in the Champions League they're an interesting team, but I don't know if they'll get far. If they keep the team fit, they'll get far. I'm sure. I think they will get very far.
So okay, in the league they are probably going to be the contenders as you said, and for Europe they're going to get far. Obviously they're going to be a team that is going to be best avoided in the knockout stages. Yeah.
Beware all the
Yes.
who enter here.
They do park the bus and they do a very good job at it.
Okay.
And now they are parking the bus. They already have
They're parking the bus and they weaponize the bus with missiles and a lot of dangerous
with
weapons.
Suarez of all people.
Like,
Yeah.
you don't want to get in the middle of that. That's it for this topic, guys. Stay tuned for more content. Please comment, like, and subscribe.
Don't forget to
And
subscribe.
Don't forget, guys. And